3 of the Winner Circle. We are here. I'm your host, Jenny Ackerman, and welcome to this week's Open Boat as we continue on with our Super Flukers Challenge. Today, we are doing part 3, where we talk about fluke submissions caught on live bait. We're talking about live line and peanut bunker, spot, mullet, snapper blues. If you got them for bait and you can use them, they were dropped down and smacked by some big fluke. So let's get into it. We have 2 submissions from George Spar. Here he is in the first shot with a nice fluke on a killie. And then the second picture is one of his enthusiastic guests that he had on board his boat. And George says that this is a picture of a guest who caught this keeper on live killies in the east cut of Shinnecock Bay. Not a doormat, but a nice keeper. I used the Wonder Rig to get the killie out swimming. And then he has a nice tip for all your killie traps, if you guys trap your own killies. He says, also, I think I have the right bait of the killie trap. I used pateed canned cat food suspended in the trap on a small pantyhose. So if you guys are, not catching killies in your killie traps, maybe try that little hack from George Spar there. Next up, we have 2 submissions from George Mangold. Here's the first one. And he said that the first picture was a 22-incher mid-July. And then this second picture here is a 24-incher at the end of May. And he caught them in the Barnegat Bay. So we got those 2. Congratulations, Jeff. Familiar face in the New Jersey region here. And we have Timothy Vess, who caught this nice keeper on a spearing. I forgot to mention them in the beginning. I can't leave out the good old spearing and squid. Moving on, we have an awesome submission from Matt Frankel. We have 3 pictures here. We have a bonus sea bass too. Why? Because Matt says that he took his 10-year-old grandson Jay out on his first fluke trip and he wanted to share a few photos. He said they mostly fish for freshwater species, but he wanted to go out on my new boat for bigger game. So that's an enthusiastic grandson right there. You'd rather be out catching big fish than playing video games at home. So good for you. And they were a few miles off the Shrewsbury Rocks and they were doing really well with the fluke and sea bass. And then he heard him calling for the net saying he had something big. After a nice battle, he was able to boat a big 7-pound, 25-inch rug. And huge congratulations there to Matt Frankel and his grandson. That is an awesome day. And from the grand conversion from freshwater to saltwater fishing, a day like that out on the boat definitely gets you hooked to do more saltwater fishing. So it's good to see a well-rounded young angler out there who's enthusiastic with both fresh and saltwater fishing. So keep it up. And last but not least, we have a bonus fish. Like I said before in the other episodes, we've had a couple wild card fish thrown in there. This one definitely takes the cake for the biggest one. We have Nick Rowe, who was out fluking and caught this massive cobia. Let me read what he says here. He says, caught this baby off my home port of Cape May on a dead stinky sand fleas that my kids caught the day before, taped out to 44 inches. Been doing good fluking down here too. Listen, that is an awesome catch. A cobia on a dead, stinky sand flea. You can also use those for fluke too. But I mean, listen, if the cobia slurped it up, who knows what else would eat a dead, stinky sand flea. So that is an awesome catch. I know New Jersey saw an awesome cobia fishery this past summer. So we love to see it. I love the summertime. The one thing that I like about the summertime, I don't like the summertime heat, but the heat and the hot water does bring up a lot of exotics. I mean, we did see a lot more cobia. We saw pompano, people catching pompano, like ridiculous amounts of pompano off the beach. So that was really cool to see too. We had some other southern visitors coming up the coast. We have a manatee that came up into Shark River Inlet. So hopefully he gets, rescued and put back in the right place. But the other species, we're fine with catching them and releasing them, but we're not targeting manatees, so we're not doing that, but we see him, and I think as this comes out, he's already been rescued and assessed and taken care of by the marine mammal stranding people, so thank you for them for, you know, taking care of the lost southerner, the opposite snowbird. He's, you know, switching it up. So, but a lot of cool fish caught and a lot of good intel shared on your bait of choice, how you're catching them and stuff like that. So stay tuned for next week's open boat, where we are wrapping up the winner circle with your biggest fluke of the season. And if you remember, I said I don't care if it's a 16-incher or if it's a 10-pounder, and we're gonna see if we have some big ones caught. So stay tuned, and I will catch you guys on next week's open boat.